Hello, everyone, and welcome back to B.O.L.D Tarot, where we are burning old labels and distractions. We are back here with another reading. We're focusing on love. I want to say happy birthday to all my Cancers out there. My birthday is 7/11, and I am a Cancer, so shout out to all the Cancers out there. I hope everyone is having a happy, blessed, full of joy day on their birthday. Drop a comment. Let me know when your birthday is if you are a fellow Cancerian like me. All right, so let's go ahead and get started and let's jump on into seeing what the messages are. What is it that we need to hear right now surrounding love? I have already set the intentional prayers, so let's jump right on into it. Spirit, what is it that we need to know right now at this moment about love? What is our love message, Spirit? My messages are timeless and they are for the collective, so take what resonates and throw away the rest. Spirit, what is it that we need to know right now about love? There it is. All right. We have here healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, Lord, Spirit, what are we saying here? This is a heavy hitter here. And it's a heavy hitter because when we grow up, for some of us, we think of our parents, regardless if it's a single household or, two-parent household. Our parents are recognized as our heroes, right? They are our first love. This is who sets up the foundation for our life. Help build the characteristic traits, what's good, what's not so good. But then we get to a point when we become adults that we look at our parents and there are some things that they do that we turn our head to the side a little bit and we're like, I don't know if I agree with that 100%, or I'm not sure I like the way that my parent or parents are handling this situation. You find yourself disagreeing with some things that your parents do or what they have shared with you, or you notice that they are not following some of the values that they kind of poured into you. And Spirit is saying that we have to remember that our parents are humans just like us. And we can't forget that. Yes, we hold them to a higher standard. Yes, we do. But we also need to remember that they are humans just like us. They're not perfect. They are going to make mistakes. But it's up to us to forgive. Show what forgiveness looks like. Act in the way of love. Love is a verb. All right. So Spirit is saying go ahead and grab your tea, your coffee, a nice little beverage, water of your choice, whatever it is, because we have some things to talk about. Let me go ahead and get my tarot deck here. And let's find out why this is here for us. Healing family issues. And it's not even just about the parents either. It could be with your siblings, anyone in your family. Spirit is saying it's time for us to forgive. Y'all, life is too short. We have to be happy that we have breath flowing through our bodies right now. It is not the time to be at odds with our loved ones. Find and figure out a way to forgive, to continue to love. Set those boundaries that's going to protect you, but healing is necessary. All right, Spirit, why is healing family issues here? Why do we have healing family issues? Thank you. Let me just straighten out these cards for a second. Okay. Something that was coming to me as I was shuffling is, I don't know if you ever heard of this, but what goes on in this house stays in this house. You know, don't go running telling your grandparents what's happened in this house if, you know, your parents got into an argument or something, something just happened or occurred that just did not need to leave these four walls. And so now that we've gotten older, we have a different lens. As I stated before in one of my spiritual personal readings that I posted most recently, is that starts to create like build up trauma and build up things that we did not unpack because, you know, it happened in our childhood, and so we carried it with us, and now we react in certain ways but not able to connect the dots of why we are behaving in a certain way. And Spirit is saying that we're in this space now that we are gaining clarity and that we are now gaining self-awareness, which is the reason why the Four of Cups in reverse is coming up. We may have tried to make things work or had these conversations with our family, and it seems like it's going well for a little bit, and then something else resurfaces, right? And we've gotten to the point to where we're just like, I just don't feel like doing this. But we recognize that God, the divine, was sending us in another cup, and we actually paid attention to it. So now with it being in reverse, we're able to gain that clarity and that self-awareness, right? This is something that is going on centered around your home. Something inside your home where you're living right now is giving you some uncomfortability. And because you have started to do the self-work onto yourself, the healing process, you're able to see some things that's not healed within the home. And it's caused some friction. What used to be able to be okay back then versus you do as I say, you do as you are told, doesn't work the same way now. That Knight of Swords that's very assertive and direct, it's not being received the way that it was when we were younger, if that makes sense. Because now we're an adult, we're looking to have those conversations. Well, why not? Right? You can't just tell me something and it can't be up for discussion. I'm an adult now as well. So let's have a family discussion. Let's talk about these things so we can be able to hear the other person, understand the other person's perspective, and be able to move forward. You cannot approach the same situation as it was before because now we're dealing with adults. It's an adult interaction. Some of us have had to move home, move in with a family member because you're working on something with the Seven of Pentacles. You're planting seeds. You're planting seeds to grow, to build a better home or house for you and your family. But where you're at now is just very uncomfortable at the moment. Spirit is saying we cannot hold on to the grudges. We cannot hold on to the hurt. We cannot hold on to the pain. It's very necessary and important that you try to mend and heal. And it's not even just for you. It's for the family member as well. Show up as that Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. It's up to us to show that compassion and that warmth. If you apply it within yourself, it will eventually start to resonate in the home. Yeah. You're headed in the right direction. Here's our card, Cancers. Although this is for the collective, but you have to grab hold of that steering wheel. Don't forget that you're planting these seeds. You're here for a reason. And just keep continuing to move forward. Yeah. You cannot forget about your purpose. Cannot forget about the purpose of the reason why we are here. I'm going to get some cards to clarify. I'm really interested to know more about this Knight of Swords. Spirit is saying stay focused. Stay focused. But part of that staying focused is forgiving as well. When you figure out what your home life is going to be, you want it to be full of celebrations, new beginnings, a sense of belonging, that stability. But where you are now is giving you stability, right? We're grateful that we don't have to do it elsewhere, that we are able to come back to continue to water our seeds and to stay focused. But don't forget what this place also represented for you at a point in time. Oh, okay, that card wanted to come out. And I'm going to let it come on out. Three of Pentacles. All right, Spirit, tell me, why is this Knight of Swords here? Yeah. Is there anything that I need to know, to clarify these messages? Okay. So the Three of Pentacles is what shot out of my hand. And I love to see this card because sometimes when we are in an uncomfortable space or situation, or there's just some friction there, we tend to think that we're doing it all on our own, and we're not. And Spirit is saying that to lean into your support system, lean into your family, lean into those who truly love you. Get out, explore, make sure you are not just being withdrawn to helps you have a good time, what put a smile on your face, right, during this season of you planting and harvesting. Get curious with this Page of Swords here. I don't know why I hear, make sure that something is telling me like go for walks, clear your head, read a good book, do things that is just going to feed your soul to where you're going to gain knowledge. Do things to occupy your time that's really going to fuel you, so you're not sitting thinking about the things that you're uncomfortable with, or the things that you don't like because you're not liking the stage or the space of where you are at this moment. You are not left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. You are coming out of the space of where you're feeling like you're being left out in the cold. With the Five of Pentacles upright, it means that you're left out in the cold, but things are starting to move. Things are going to start to move. When you start redirecting your energy and changing the narrative of, again, that Queen of Cups with that compassion, that warmth, finding that support and leaning into that, being curious, fueling your soul, your mind, your heart, your body, you are going to be able to rise above this. Home is not going to feel like a place that you don't want to come to anymore. Because of the warmth that you're carrying, it's going to enter into the home as well. And you're going to be able to have some of those conversations, those honest conversations, and be able to heal. We have the Ten of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. And it says, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? We got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Some of us are dealing with someone who, they may be the head of the household, but they use it in an egotistical way, a manipulative way, versus providing like that structure. But with the Five of Cups in reverse, you got these fives in reverse, which is good, because upright is we're crying over, spilled tea, right? And we're feeling like it's the end of the world, but it's not. We're coming out of it. You're coming out. This is good. This is good. Basically, Spirit is saying rise above, soar above the bull. You don't need to let that take over who you are, your purpose, what you're there for, what you're doing. I know it's upsetting, but things will get better. Spirit, can we get just a final love message for the collective? Thank you so much for these messages. Let's see. Okay. We have imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. I love that. I needed to hear that. That's shifting and changing your mindset. Thank you again so much for joining me here on Be Bold, where we are burning old labels and distractions tarot. Peace, light, and love.